welcome to Fuzzy People, Episode 9. I, as always, am Jesse Nicholas, and with me is our other host.
As always, Richard Kniajuk.
And we're here on a kind of sleepy Saturday, but with us is our special guest. He wanted to be called the inventor of Late Breakfast. Inventing is fun. And he's also the reigning Chicago pun champion. Mr. Tyler Jackson is here.
Yes.
Woo!
Hey everybody.
Hey.
What's up, fuzzy people?
If only we had fan names. Everybody out there in Fuzz Nation.
You just need like a soundboard where you can just like Fuzz Nation, and then you hit a button and it's like ow ow ow, right? Like a Zoo Crew like morning drive time show.
And actually, it's an extra special episode. Before we started recording, we had some people show up. Tony, our music liaison and roommate, and soon-to-be dungeon master,
Yes,
is here. And he brought his cousin Jason.
All the way from Arizona.
Woo!
Yep. Hot ass desert.
I like to think that you're not a dungeon master yet because you're still getting your dungeon master's degree.
Hogwarts finals are killing you.
I would actually go to that school. I would
Hogwarts?
get that master's degree.
Dungeon
No,
Masters.
get my dungeon master's degree.
Hogwarts
Dungeon
University.
Masters, yeah.
It's kind of weird that none of the wizards that go to Hogwarts continue on to go to college. You know, it's like where's your ambition, wizards?
Yeah,
It's hard to get a job out there.
that's true. Well, they get the Ministry of Magic. I guess they just funnel in all those students into there, but shit, they can't hire them all.
That's like a government job, though.
Yeah,
It's like a career.
Fucking bureaucrats.
What happens to all the burnout wizards from Hogwarts? He's just living in his mom's magic van.
yeah.
Is Harry Potter secretly a satire?
Oh my
Did we
God,
just
I don't
stumble
know.
upon something there?
I wonder about the kids who find, like,
Smoking-
wizard weed.
Yeah, smoking wizard drugs out behind Hagrid's shed.
Yeah. Oh, man. And what happens to those kids? I wonder every day. Ever since the 7th book came out and I finished it, I wonder where are the college years?
Like Diagon Alley has to have hobos in it, right? It's a fucking alley.
Playing magic dice.
Yeah. Shooting
D20s.
Shooting magic dice against the wall. Strung out on butterbeer.
Man, it was a good time. It was a good time back in Harry Potter days. Now we got Game of Thrones days. We've grown up since.
They don't even go to school in Game of Thrones.
No, they don't go to school. We don't have that to associate with them. Now it's just real life and how it's a Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Trifling games, always playing games.
Have you guys heard of a Clickhole? It's this new website from The Onion. It's like basically a satire of BuzzFeed. But I saw an article on there the other day, and it was written, quote unquote, by George R.R. Martin. And it was, when I first started writing Game of Thrones, I had no clue what a horse was. And he just, like, whoever wrote it was like him talking about, like, how he would just stick with really vague descriptions, hoping that no one would notice, but then he would say things like, this horse's horn, and it was like people started calling me out, so I could find out what a horse was.
They weren't originally intended to be fantasy novels. Like, they were supposed to be real dramatic fiction.
Yeah.
But he had to frame his ignorance. Oh no, it's fantasy. I can say whatever I want to say.
It's just what he saw outside his window.
It's just looking out the window and seeing all this going on. He lives next to a movie
Menacing
set.
children.
An incest factory.
Oh,
Then I looked out the window one day and there was a fire god. He was putting leeches in a grill, giving them names.
I had a pretty bad fever, but I'm pretty sure that was it.
All of Game of Thrones is just the product of George R.R. Martin's fever dreams. He had too many grilled cheeses one night.
Gotta hit the typewriter right now.
We're framing him like he's the William S. Burroughs of fantasy novels.
What's that?
Oh,
What time is it?
pizza time.
Woo.
You guys continue. I will take care of this.
That was sort of mixing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Adventure Time there. What time is it? Cowabunga.
You know, I just recently finished Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
I
Wow.
needed another person for that game, and my friend came over for 4 days. This happened like 2 years ago, I guess. Now, but yeah, that's recent enough for me. But it took a long time since childhood to beat that game, but it's done.
Oh, man.
It is done.
My dad and I used to beat that game all the time. When I was a kid, like, that was our favorite game to play together. That and Tetris Attack.
That sounds fun.
But I can still remember every level from Turtles in Time. Oh, I remember how awful fighting Slash was in the prehistoric Turtlesaurus level.
Yeah, that guy was a dick.
What a dick. Oh.
Yeah.
It's the turtle with the spikes on his shell, right? That's, okay.
The abnormal one.
The abnormal one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he was like a snapping turtle, I think. I think that was his thing, was like Shredder was like trying to invent all the other mutants to fight them, and that one was like a snapping turtle, so it was just like naturally mean.
Could you imagine a guy like Shredder existing? He's always wearing that suit around town.
A leader of a martial arts clan that is also very into bioengineering for some reason. Who lives in a giant globe underneath New York City.
I love that playset, man. The globe playset.
The Technodrome?
Yeah.
Why is there not a nightclub in Chicago called the Technodrome? Oh my god.
This orb that people dance in.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
They should have that, like, suspended inside the House of Blues.
That would be great.
Ceilings are too high in the House of Blues. They need a dance club there.
Yeah. Floating.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, in Arizona, do they have as many lizards as we have squirrels?
Probably, to be honest.
All right.
All varying sizes, too, of course.
That's good. Fire ants?
I don't really see a whole bunch, but I'm sure. I mean, not really in the city. Outside-wise, yeah.
I wonder. We only get regular ants around here. They don't cause too much harm.
Little black carpenter ants and whatnot.
Yeah, they're just bastards.
Yeah.
What is the biggest lizard you've seen?
Probably like 4 foot long, and he does his
What the
push-ups.
fuck?
Yeah, he does like his little push-up thing. He gets up on the wall. Does
Holy
his
shit.
He sits up there next to the beehive and just snatches them.
That's a sick lizard.
Do you remember that fucking bullfrog that we saw
Yeah,
when
he
I was out there?
He still sits out there.
It was like this big. The
dog-
fucking frog.
Yeah, the dog's watering bowl is, so big, and the thing jumps in there and splashes all the water out and just sits in there all night. Gets out, and the dog wonders, like, where the hell did my water go?
Your dog ends up licking the frog, and your
Tripping.
dog's just tripping out in your yard.
Wild.
He's chasing tails that aren't even there, man.
I think one of my favorite things about the desert is that everything there is trying to kill you.
Everything's really sharp.
There's fucking scorpions and like giant insects and lizards, and everything's poisonous. And I mean, even their plants grow spines in the desert.
Yeah.
Cactuses.
That's more defense than offense.
It needs to
though.
be more
Protect the
hospitable.
water.
Yeah, it's the-
Right? Isn't that insane? I went to Botanical Gardens not too long ago, and we went through like this tropical room. Or not tropical, I'm sorry, desert plant room. And yeah, it's just amazing how many things actually have spikes and spines and all that stuff.
Most everything does.
That's so strange. Like that
If it's
thing's
native
evolved that
to
way.
the desert, then it's its source of protecting it from animals and taking the water from them because they have to hold it.
plants certainly do give a fuck
Oh, yeah.
about their water.
Plants got adaptations, man. I was thinking about snails the other day, and for some reason I realized, like, I didn't know anything about snails. I was like, do they just, like, are they slugs until they find those shells? Like, is that where snails come from? Is it just a slug that found a shell? And then I was like, no, of course they gotta grow those, right? So I had to look it up, and I was like, yeah, okay, all right. Snails grow those shells, and that's where all their
Too bad.
that's where all those internal organs are. They carry them around in little backpacks. It'd be so weird if you had to carry around like your guts, like your stomach and your intestines, in a backpack.
And then roll up. It's time to sleep. I'm gonna go back inside now.
You gotta crawl inside your backpack.
Well, at least you wouldn't be too much trouble in a living room, like if you had to crash in someone's place or something. Like, hey, I'm just gonna take this corner over here.
Man, where would you keep your books? You have to carry them around in your hands all the time like a chump. You'd have to get one of those like old school like belt things that you tie like a little like a little
strap.
Book strap, 1920s schoolboy.
Why did that ever fall out of fashion? I want to know.
You think people are gonna like wrap a belt around an iPad or something, or like a tablet? Hey, I'm just going to school. I don't know. Fashions tend to repeat themselves.
It's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
Check it out. I invented this sweet iPad app that simulates rolling a hula hoop with a stick. Where's that video game?
This one churns butter.
Yeah, Oliver Twist, the video game. The goal in this level is to get some more, sir.
And then we all realize how hungry we are. Because it's pizza time! We'll be right back after we eat.
Hi, and welcome back to Fuzzy People. How are you doing? Good? Great. Fine. Tyler, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Awesome. We just had pizza. It was
Belly full of pizza.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Pizza?
Was that delivery?
It wasn't DiGiorno.
No, it was It was the Jules brand.
That means it had to be delivery, right? Because it's like one of the two things.
Yeah. My ass carried it over. I didn't get no tip.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a Tombstone denier. You know, I don't believe Tombstone pizza exists.
That's okay. Jack's. I'm a similar way about Jack's.
You're a similar way about Jack's pizza.
Yeah,
the
it's
only
not real.
Pizza I eat.
I'm sorry to say, but I don't believe you.
I wish I had your faith. I don't believe you eat any pizza at all.
Can we all just unanimously agree that the Totino's party pizzas that are 99 cents are fucking awful?
Yes.
I actually had one of those for dinner last night. I eat those all the time.
I've been wondering.
We're just slowly going down the line and shitting on each other. Mine, Tombstone, Jack's.
Listen, guys, if we can't agree on which frozen pizza is the best, then how are we ever going to make this podcast thing happen?
Did I show you that video? It's called The Weekly Report, and it's this like teenage kid who does reviews of like fast food and like frozen pizzas, but he's like wearing a suit.
Pretty serious.
Oh man, I seriously watched these videos for like 3 hours one night. it's just mesmerizing. Like he's from New York, so he has this like New York accent, and like.
But is it prepubescent New York accent?
Yeah, he's like a teenager.
Oh, that's so great.
I think I saw like a brief clip of one of these, like where he was talking about some Nerf gun in his hand. And he was like, I don't know what this thing is called, right? Maybe it's called Fuck You. And then the video just paused, and it slowly zoomed in onto his face, and it had that picture of, like, Neil deGrasse Tyson that popped up and says, looks like we got a badass here.
He also does, like, a lecture series of, like, 40-minute lectures on just random things.
Wow. What an intense kid.
Dude,
in this case...
It's so entertaining, and I don't know why. Like, he seriously... The first one I watched was a review of Five Guys Burgers and Fries, and he starts off the review by going like, let's take a look at the bag here. It's just a normal brown bag. I kind of like that. Like, it's like
it's the unboxing. You have to open it up.
Oh gosh.
Describe the packaging and everything.
But yeah, he also does like frozen pizza reviews. He did a Pop-Tart review too, which was and like he's so like vague about his descriptions. It's like, it kind of it tastes like a pizza. Like it's got a good pizza taste.
I hope he just doesn't use the word good. Like, describe it to me. Tell me what is a Pop-Tart if I've never had one before.
Pretty good.
It's good.
It's kind of like a toaster strudel, like a little bit, kind of.
Yeah,
not really.
You guys should check him out. I think it's the Weekly Report or something. He also does energy drink reviews.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
But the food reviews specifically are under the name Running on Empty. So just YouTube search that and enjoy.
I have a thing for like low budget, like knockoff energy drink brands. Like anytime, if I'm at like a gas station in like Tennessee. And I see that they got, like, Old Glory energy drink, and it's like 99 cents, and it's an energy drink that's got a American flag on the can. I'll be like, oh my god, this needs to be in my body now. Walmart's in the South. I don't know if they had this anywhere else, but Walmart's in the South had an energy drink for a while. It was $1 a can. And it was called Steven Seagal's Lightning Bolt. Oh, shit. So it was a Steven Seagal energy drink, and like the flavors were like there was a red one called Dragonberry or something, and then there's a blue one that was called Asian Experience. So it's like, oh, you drink at Steven Seagal's energy drink, huh? What flavor is it? Asian Experience. It tastes like an Asian. It's so weird. God. I'm sure it was full of chemicals too.
Drinking Asian.
Drinking Asian.
Man, yeah, I always wondered about at a restaurant that I used to work at. We usually had Asian seasoning. Just tell me where the fuck it's from. Like, don't just call it like, oh, is this American seasoning? What's that? Oregano? Salt. It's just salt.
It's MSG.
Salt and barbecue sauce.
I've heard that like a lot of people from Europe, when they come here, like a common thing that they notice about our food is that it tastes salty. Like, I actually no, it's actually Asian people. That's who I've heard it from before.
I was gonna say I lived in England for like 6 months, and I found a lot of the food really bland.
Yeah.
It was very under-seasoned a lot of the time.
Not seasoned with that salt.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
These mashed potatoes taste like Play-Doh.
Man, that consistency for mashed potatoes would be amazing. Not good, just amazing.
It was weird. You would think so.
We had a pizza today that had mashed potatoes as a sauce instead of marinara.
Yep.
It was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good, actually.
Have all of us had pizza for like the past 2 days?
This has like 4 months, dude.
Because I had pizza last night, and the only thing I've eaten today is pizza.
Wow, that's actually, that's all I've eaten today is pizza.
I had some eggs and broccoli this morning.
Was it on a pizza?
Put it on the pizza. Spaghetti. Put it on the pizza. I woke up. I was out really late drinking, and then I woke up on my friend's couch, and her and a couple other people were all making this huge tray of like eggs and vegetables, and I was like, oh my god, this is like the best thing to wake up to ever. Am I in my grandma's house again?
Man, so I'm wondering, what do you do for late show? Late breakfast.
Oh, late breakfast.
Yeah.
It's like we call it a Chopin mic, sort of.
Okay.
We wanted to run...
Like Chopin the composer?
Yes. Chopin comes, he plays etudes, and we tell really awful dick and fart jokes over his beautiful music.
And then pie him in the face.
And then we throw a pie in his face, and it gets all in between the keys on the piano.
Nocturne over a dick.
Yeah. Exactly. Claire de Poon, am I right? And everybody out there is like, Tyler, that was Debussy. And I'm like, oh, Debussy, I don't care. No, it's like we do it at the Hideout once a month. The bar wanted to do like a showcase because like the Hideout is very well known for like music and really cool, interesting events. We wanted to do an open mic, my friend Danny and I, because we like didn't really know that many people in Chicago. Because we started doing this a year ago. I'd only lived here for like 6 months. And I was like, how am I going to get people to come to this show? The Hideout's so far away from everything. So we compromised, and it's sort of a half showcase, half open mic. We're like, we have all these open mic spots, but then we pre-book for certain things, and then half the people that do open mic spots have to play like weird games with us.
What kind of games?
We'll give them like the way we do the games is they're all written on little slips of paper that we put inside balloons, and then we tack all of the balloons to a board, and we give them this really rusty kitchen knife that I have on stage. We make them pop a balloon, and then we pick up the piece of paper and read what's inside. The games are like all different kinds of things. Like last month, what did we do last month? We made somebody... last month was our 1-year anniversary show, so we had a lot of like birthday themed ones.
You really fucking like outdid yourselves on that one. Can I the trolley ride?
Yeah, we had one guy. We had a trolley pull up in front of the Hideout, and our friend Jamie Carbone came on stage, and we were like, "Guess what, Jamie? You don't get to pop a balloon because we already know what your game is. You're going to give everybody a tour of the neighborhood on a trolley ride." And so
Hideout's in this like basically, what is it? Like,
it's sort of like an industrial area. There's a lot of like
park.
There's a lot of government vehicle depots out there. Like
the first time I went there, I was like, are we going to the right spot? This looks really shady.
Yeah,
this is where rapes happen, not shows.
It's across the street from where the city parks all of the garbage trucks.
Oh, really?
But there's just like this little house in the middle of it, and it's really cool, like, because it attracts like a very specific crowd, because you're not just gonna like drunkenly stumble to the Hideout. If you're at the Hideout, like, you meant to be there. So it's people that are like very dedicated to whatever event is going on there. We had a trolley pull up in front of it, and we literally took the entire show and like the audience put them on a trolley, and then it drove around the block while Jamie Carbone gave a tour of a neighborhood he knew nothing about. Like he got on a microphone and everything. It was fantastic. And then it pulls back up in front of the Hideout like 3 minutes later, and everybody gets out and goes back in, and we just continue the show.
I saw a picture from it. I think it was Danny's picture, and everyone looked so happy. It was just the most.
Yeah, I think a couple people like took some selfies and put them on Facebook, and it's just like a whole trolley full of smiling faces. It's all about those moments, man.
That's so nice.
We made one guy do a game called Birthday Present, where all of his jokes had to be in the present tense. While they were happening right then, and I had like a buzzer I would hit if he did anything in future past tense. And then at the same time that I'm doing that, my co-host Danny is wrapping him up like a present, like wrapping him, wrapping paper and putting bows in his hair.
How far did it go up? Did it cover his like head eventually? Like we just muffled voices through gift wrap.
Our tape was very difficult to handle, so he pretty much just got his legs wrapped and
he looked like a robot. Christmas
yes,
wrap.
a birthday robot. My favorite one that we did on the show was we had a game called Blow Out Your Candles, and
I missed that one.
It was just we just lit like 50 candles in the showroom, and like while the guy was telling his jokes, he had to run around the room blowing all of them out at the same time. And like we were like handing them to audience members, like hold this candle, and like putting them like on shelves and stuff, and we were like going behind him and relighting them all. So he couldn't get them all blown out. Like one audience member was just holding a candle in his hand, and every time he blew it out, he would just light it again in front of him. So they were just having like a death stare
right in his face.
Right in his face. It's like, yeah, I'm disrespecting you. That was super silly.
I think one of my favorites though was like the when John Marjalewski got wrapped up in Christmas wrap, but for the not birthday, whatever. Conflating because the Christmas one where you did Joe Noodleman as a Christmas tree, and the entire audience started singing "Oh Christmas Tree," but replacing it with Joe Noodleman.
That works.
Noodleman, oh Noodleman, how lovely are your branches.
He just stood there as like.
Painted a big star on his face and wrapped him in Christmas lights and ornaments. The funny part is that Noodleman is Jewish. So we had a Jewish Christmas tree singing a song. It's a German song. Der Tannenbaum.
Yes, very German.
It was very silly. We have other stuff, like besides the games, we have like featured performers, like we give double time once a month to like one person we like. We have a segment called Do Your Worst, where we get a good comedian to tell their worst 5 minutes of jokes they've ever written.
Awesome.
Which is very fun. People will come and do characters. Last month we had a pun battle between Shark Twain and Bark Twain. They were making shark and dog related Mark Twain puns to each other, and they both got busted by Narc Twain for smoking pipes indoors, because they were both smoking little pipes. We have like a segment called On the Spot, where we have like people write jokes during the show based on like audience suggestions, and then they compete at the end, and whoever wins gets this big wooden hall pass that we have.
Ooh.
And they can like interrupt the next show at any point to do their set.
Oh, that's cool. It's almost like a dick pass.
Yeah.
You're done.
Like we had somebody do a set a couple months ago. They couldn't come, they had to work, but they really wanted to do a set, so they called the show on their break, and I hooked my phone into the sound system and just put my phone on stage and just that was the only thing on stage. And somebody tried to interrupt that with the hall pass, and we were like, I don't know, this guy's only got like 10 minutes to, like 10-minute window to do this set, so should we let him interrupt? I don't know. But yeah, it's a fun show. Next month we're doing it in conjunction with the Comedy Exposition, which is like this little independent comedy festival in Chicago. So they have a lot of like good headliners and out-of-town comedians doing it, so we're trying to book as many of those people to do the show. We have one headliner confirmed, Sean O'Connor. And then I think he's trying to get us Brooks Whalen from Saturday Night Live might be on it.
Damn.
I'm trying to get Ryan Singer and Sean Patton on it. Should be very fun. Really want to hit one of them in the face with a pie.
It's time.
Is that going to affect how the sign-up works as well? Sorry, this is not good radio.
You're pulling the comedian move of trying to sign up in advance.
No, I'm not.
I'm not sure how many open spots, like open mic spots, we're gonna have on this one, just because it's like a special occasion.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still be there. That place is...
We were talking about trying to give extra spots to people who signed up for the festival but didn't get in and were pissed about it. Just like, oh yeah, you didn't get in and you pissed about it. You want to talk about it on a show on the festival? I bet you do. Just like breaking the system completely. It'll be fun though. That one's July 12th.
Okay.
So be out.
Yeah.
For that, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah. It'll be after 4th of July, after that mess of a weekend. Because 4th of July is on a Friday this year. And guess we're going to be pretty free that Friday night.
So free. The freest.
And I want to go up to Michigan before I go to 4th of July, but I don't know if that'll happen. I gotta get that Soft Parade beer. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the show before, but I gotta get it from Shorts Brewery in Michigan.
Have you heard of Shorts?
No, not at all.
They're a company in Michigan that has declared that they will not export out of Michigan. So if you want their beer, you have to go.
Oh, really?
I'll take that drive.
It's very good. The Soft Parade is like it's a berry. It's 4 different types of berry.
Yeah.
And it's surprisingly it's not overpoweringly sweet, but it's like 9%.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
Actually, I have an idea. I want to play a personification game. Where, what do you... Like, so, your home states. Jesse?
Michigan.
Yeah.
It's already getting in character. I'm from Kentucky.
Alright, and I'm from Illinois.
Also Michigan.
Alright.
Well, I would technically be from Michigan.
And Michigan. Alright. So we got 3 Michiganders.
Michigooses.
Yeah. Now, I want to know what you guys think of the other states. Like, if you could personify them, like all right, I'll start off as an example. Wisconsin. Since I've lived in Illinois all my life, I kind of view Wisconsin as like this, like your like drunk older brother who's like obsessed with cheese and he's always trying to like show it off to you, but like you don't really care. You'll take his New Glarus and the beer that he's offering to you, but otherwise, like he's just like a total bro. That's Wisconsin to me.
I was thinking Wisconsin would be like a mom that's just like, come in and have some casserole. But that's more like Minnesota, I think. Like let's have some hot dish. Come on. So I guess Wisconsin maybe for me is like a drunk little league dad or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, just get out there and hustle. Come on. Do it. Like betting money on like a t-ball game or something.
Oh,
maybe.
I so want to do that as a dad.
$50 says my kid knocks it out of the park.
$50 and a plate of cheese curds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But see, like Wisconsin's broken for me because my dad's from there, so it's just all fishing, dad stuff.
Well, so it's like your dad's state.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That should be their slogan. Wisconsin, it's for dads.
It totally is, though.
Yeah.
Let's go to the PBR factory.
Man, I'm wondering, what do you guys think of Indiana?
I don't usually think about Indiana.
Yeah.
No, it's usually out of sight, out of mind.
Get through there as fast as I can.
Indiana's like pretty. A lot of it's pretty boring. Like,
yeah.
I mean, when you drive from Kentucky to Chicago, you just go straight up through Indiana all the way, and so much of it's just like cornfields.
Do you go through Gary when you're driving up from Kentucky to Chicago?
I did for a long time. I think I go south of Gary now just to avoid like the toll booths and stuff like that.
And the smells. I'm sorry, that town smells. Like it's not their fault. But it's just the factories around there. Like I'm certain they're producing the sulfur, the hellfire that's coming from Satan's ass. Sorry, I like Indiana for what it is.
So
but
are they a bottling company? Is that what you're
I don't know. I mean, I hope they bottle things there.
All of Gary,
just a little
Indiana, is one giant brewery.
But yeah,
Did you know Michael Jackson's from that brewery?
he was brewed right there.
He was brewed right there in Gary. I kind of like driving through Gary at night though, because you get to see all those like big foundries like spewing the flames and stuff. Every time I do that,
Pretty interesting.
Man, was Blade Runner filmed in Gary? Where's the giant pyramid?
The short line, or whatever is it, the South Shoreline or something. It's the train that continues from Chicago through Gary and goes into Indiana. It runs up along the highway, and every time I see it, I just think like, wow, there aren't any people on those platforms. Like, I see some people sometimes, but then I think, are they fake? Are they maybe, just like cardboard cutouts of people?
It's like in Home Alone when he tries to make his house look full of people. Like, oh yeah, we got people in Gary's.
Yeah.
The train platform with a tiny train track on it.
Oh yeah.
It'd be hilarious if the arriving in Gary platform, nobody was on it, but then the departing from Gary platform had everybody on it. There's like 100 people like, we gotta get out of this place.
Oh man. Michigan to me, actually, if there's any other state that I love other than maybe Wisconsin a little bit, because Wisconsin's like a guilty pleasure of mine, but Michigan I do love. To me it seems like a really cool uncle. Like, the kind of uncle that's like, yeah, you're 16 years old, here's a beer, your dad's not around, just have a beer. Like, I don't care. I'm his brother. Like, that's how I feel from Illinois to Michigan. Like, it feels avuncular. It feels like a brother state.
That's kind of all Michigan doesn't have a lot going for it, but like, nature is great. There's a lot, especially up along the coast, but then like good beer, very good smokables.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Other than that, there's not a ton. So it is very much a cool uncle in that way. Like, well, I'm living in a tent, but
I got
some weed.
I got beer money.
I feel like Sufjan Stevens is a good ambassador from there. Maybe Eminem, I don't know. From Detroit.
Sufjan and Eminem need to team up.
Yeah, I want to see that album. Sufjan Stevens lost his mind on the last album.
The last one was The Age of Odds?
Yeah.
That was a weird one.
That was a totally weird one. He went off the tracks. Like, he went nuts.
But did he though?
I don't know.
I mean, his last thing was like, I'm going to do an album for every state.
Yeah.
That's granted, it's interesting, but the high aspiration, like maybe kind of implies.
And he started that 50 States project right after he did his instrumental electronica album where there was a song for every sign of the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah.
Which is, that album was real weird too.
He said it was a joke, like the whole 50 State thing. And like, but see, I heard that afterwards. He made that promise, and I heard, he said it's a joke. Or I don't believe him. Now I think Age of Odds is like him snapping from that thing, because maybe he said it was a joke, but in his mind he really wanted to do it, and he felt this pressure that eventually he's like, fuck it, just throw in the orchestra, throw in the synth, throw in everything. I'm gonna sing some crazy songs, we're gonna bash some bass drums here and there,
get rid of all historical any context.
No context, no nothing.
He wrote before that he did a EP called like All Delighted People that was just like one 25-minute long song.
Yeah.
Then before that he did like a symphony about the Brooklyn Queens Expressway.
The BQE. Yeah.
Which was, I didn't really care for that one that much.
Not so much. Illinois really, I had that during high school, and that's when I was I had my car, I was traveling more outside of my house. So it was a time when, I felt like I was just learning a lot about my hood, or my area, and I felt true to it. It was good. And I listened to Michigan during that time too. Backtrack to his earlier album.
I still like Seven Swans. No matter how just overtly Christian it is.
You mean Banjos?
That is A-okay.
I call that album Banjos for Jesus.
That's exactly it. But it's a beautiful album.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I haven't listened to it in a while.
Oh yeah.
It's a mopey
It is
like a slushy winter weather kind of album.
I used to listen to that every time I drove home from Bloomington, Indiana. I would drive through like this beautiful area of Indiana called Brown County, which is it's got all these little weird artist colonies and stuff, and it's this huge forest everywhere. And I would always drive through it at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so it was like real dark, and just listening to Seven Swans, driving past all these little villages and stuff. It was very nice.
Yeah. Every time I need to leave my house, I would just go in my Volvo, which is destroyed now. It's a 1995 shitty ass Volvo, cigarette ashes and trash all over the place. It was high school. It was a joke of a car, but it was
the 95 Volvo shitty ass.
Can you believe? Because we can't. We're Volvo.
What color is that? Well, it's greenish.
It was a hot ass black. I mean, it just heated up over the summer so hard. But yeah, I miss it. I would go on midnight cruises, just listening to music and just cooling off from a high school day, which, in retrospect, not that bad. High school was great. I mean, I'm not gonna look.
High school sucked.
High school sucked and was fine at the same time. Like, I'm not looking back on it as being like those are the best days of my life. Like, I wish I could go back. Like, no, I don't. Those were silly days, and I was in school. I'm free now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm free to do whatever the hell I want.
But you still
Any
think
old
there's
time.
so much. You still think
Yeah.
there's so much stress. So you're like, yeah, I need to go drive on some back roads and listen to Bright Eyes.
Yeah, some Bright Eyes. Yeah, but I still
Stress, man.
Man, but I wish my brother didn't total that fucking car. Sorry, this is shout out to Alex. Fuck you for destroying my car. And let me drive your BMW sometime so I can listen to my sad music in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Nothing says sad music like a BMW.
Yeah.
The official car of sad music.
Oh, I have to pay a third of the price higher for this fucking gasoline.
The 2005 BMW Nick Drake. What color is that? Pink? Pink moon?
It's a big moon.
Okay, what color is that car? Pink, 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 pink. Don't worry, the pink gets brighter later.
Later, much later.
God.
Sometimes.
I apologize.
Those are sometimes.
Making so many Nick Drake puns. I have a notebook full of them and reading through it. I only have 5 leaves left, though. Do people still call pages leaves? Is that a thing that we do?
Nowadays.
I think
It's Spanish.
The album
Yeah.
is actually like he's referencing rolling papers.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh.
there's like a colored sheet of paper that they put in to let you know that there's 5 left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, like the little blue strip of paper or whatever.
Word.
5 leaves left. Okay. I did not know that's where the name of that album came from.
I didn't know that was the name of an album.
A big Nick Drake fan?
I've dabbled, and not a lot though, unfortunately.
That Pink Moon was like my bedtime album for the longest time.
My bedtime album for a while was XX by the XX. I was falling asleep to that for a while.
And that slight radio interference means the aliens are right overhead, ready to take us aboard, but it seems like we have enough time to read you the next sentence of Haymaker, the game where you write the story one sentence at a time. This week's sentence, sentence number 3, is brought to you by David Niazuk. Yeah. David Kniazuk, everybody, or David Niazuk, however you pronounce it out there in New York City. Sentence number 3 is, they approached, as they often do during these days of chaos, seemingly at random, unfocused. And that was sentence number 3 of Haymaker, the game where you write the story 1 sentence at a time. Be sure to enter your submission for sentence number 4 on machineculture.com. Oh, and looks like the aliens have flown away. We don't remember a thing, we have a slight taste for Skittles, and that beeping sound has been a probe in Tony's butt all along. Now back to the show.
I had this dream about this fox that sounded like an old woman that did karate. I don't know.
Okay, speaking of dreams, I've been sleeping weirdly, and I've also been reading a lot of Sandman. Sandman. And, my sleep schedule is so fucked up, I hit snooze for 2 hours.
That's what I do.
It's bad news, man, but I've been thinking, I've been hoping to, this is how much my life lives in fictions, that I'm like, well, maybe if I find Dream in my dreams, if I find the Sandman,
yes,
Neil Gaiman version of him in my dream, and ask him, hey, can you please just fix my sleep schedule? If you do that, I'd appreciate it. And so I'm having these weird ass dreams and just hoping that he shows up to fix it. And it's probably unhealthy, right?
Sounds like you're trying to incept yourself.
It certainly sounds like that.
Your van is hitting the water.
There's so much bass to these dreams.
But yeah, I have these very vivid dreams, and it's
Have you guys
Anybody
experienced
dream too much?
Yeah. Have you guys experienced lucid dreaming
Once. Yeah.
I never have.
Yeah, I would successfully got myself on a cycle of it for a couple months in high school.
Yeah. Jason, have you?
No, not really. Not really that I can recall.
It sounds so pleasant. Like you can
Yeah,
just
no.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Read about it and tried, but I can't, like you said, you got yourself into a pattern of it.
Yeah, it's the key is keeping a dream journal. That's the first step, because you have to be able to remember your dreams, because you dream throughout the night, every night. You just don't usually remember them by the time you wake up. But yeah, so as soon as you wake up, just write everything down and think about it throughout the day, and it'll get you into this your subconscious mind will actually be more present in your dreams. So that's the biggest step to get over.
Yeah. Fun fact about dreaming in general is if you want to remember your dream, you don't move when you wake up. You stay in the same position that you are in. I think it's a very concentrated version of that whole thing where you step through a door and all of a sudden you're in a different room, as if you're in a room a different room in your mind. If you're laying down on your back and you wake up, stay on your back and think about it, and you may remember your dream. I mean, I assume it's not a guaranteed sort of thing, but yeah, it's the best way to figure it out if you stay in the same position that you woke up in, and then you can remember your dream.
You're gonna have to try that
On the floor in a bar.
Yeah.
You have to get out. No, I'm trying to remember my dream.
Hold on, man.
I had a dream I was flying, and now I'm sticky on the floor in a bar.
Turns out I was stuck all along. That's like a fly's dream. Being stuck on a fly strip. Oh, how dark.
Dream of a dying floor. This is like Jacob's Ladder territory we're getting.
Man.
That was the first thing I did when I lucid dreamed, was I decided to fly. Actually, what happened is I was definitely in an Indiana Jones dream, and then I was hanging from a cliff over lava, and I was like, you're not Indiana Jones, Jesse. No, you're not. And I reached down and the floor was tiled lights that looked like lava, and I was like, alright, it's flying time. Time to do this. But, yeah, I think we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back after something fun and other adjectives.
We go to chew.
Oh yeah, that's some good chewing. You guys want to have some
I
Darkside?
guess I'm gonna have to have a couple more, huh?
Yeah.
Did you only get...
I got a couple. We're recording the divvying out of the Skittles.
Are we?
Yeah, we are. Give us some. Oh yeah, I got all greens. All right, let's make this happen.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Haven't eaten shit today.
That's tasty.
No. Best advertisement we're ever gonna give out. Otherwise. Yeah. You know, it was good.
Wash it down with some water.
How's it taste with PBR? Let's check. Oh, yeah.
Oh. That's a bad combination.
Yeah.
PBR and Skittles.
Only we had 4 Loco.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Did I win?
Ugh.
That was a contest?
I think so.
Yeah.
Life is a contest.
I was not.
Did you win the game? Are you on the Iron Throne made of Skittles? All right. We did it. Everybody's skittled out.
King's Candy.
Fantastic.
Welcome back to Fuzzy People. We're going to play a quick game in honor of Tyler being the reigning Chicago pun champ. We're going to play... we don't have a name for it. We're just going to do puns on animal comedians. The one that I came up with, let's start us off, is... I already said it, so there's going to be no laugh. That's fine.
We can take it.
Is Bobcat Goldfish.
Yeah. I got a couple right off the top of my head. It was Jim Giraffigan and Carlos Mencia Lion.
Let's see. Patton Oswater. An otter.
Oh gosh. I can't think of any comedians right now. Dave Chappelle.
Louis C. Kangaroo.
Jim Belushi.
Fish Hedberg.
Al Madrigal Paca. Or Alpaca Madrigal. John
Seacow.
John Millennial.
Cameron Esposito Sloth.
Oh gosh. Todd Barrier Reef. Fish. I don't know.
George Cardinalin.
That's a good one. Bob Newhart. A heart is like a deer, right? Bob Newhart? I don't know. This is definitely going to need to be edited a little bit.
Just come out of my skull. Damn it.
Roseanne Barfly.
Sarah Silverman, because man is an animal.
Sarah Silverfish.
Silverfish.
Sarah Silverback. Oh, Robin Williams.
I'm back to Sarah Silverback. Tarzan is magic. Get it? Get it?
No,
Get it?
okay, alright. Tarzan.
There you go. Rob Schneider. Just got deer ones. Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandollar. Sandollar's like, that's a living thing, right? Mm-hmm. Adam Sandollar.
Something with Dane Cook.
Great Dane Cook.
Great Dane Cook. Great Dane Cook. Ew. Oh gosh. Man.
Chris Rock Lobster.
Oh man. I'm David Allen Deere. There's got to be something for weigh-ins, right? Weigh-ins?
Marlon Wayans.
Oh, Marlon Wayans.
Larry the Cable Fly.
Yakov's Deer Gnaw. Gallagher. They could be animal related, right? Grr. Charles Barkley. Not a comedian, but whatever.
Oh, he can be.
Pretty funny guy.
Yeah.
Joe Piscopoodle. Oh shit. Andrew Flies Clay. Maybe. It's gotta be something that rhymes with
Neil Hamburgerilla.
Bill Murray.
Oh, Bill Murray. That's nice.
Harold Ramis.
Ooh. Gorilla Schlesinger.
How about a twofer? Billy Goat Murray. How about a Stingray that's also a Billy Goat? Are we allowing for hybrids here? Just off Dr. Monroe's Island. Did someone say David Allen Deer?
Yes.
How many deers must there be?
David Allen. It just makes me think about Jumanji.
Yeah.
Parrot Top.
Parrot.
I think that's a good enough place to call it. Parrot Top. Fantastic. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Fuzzy People. Tyler, would you have anything you'd like to plug?
Just late breakfast at the Hideout once a month. Next one's July 12th. The Hideout's really busy, so it's kind of on random weeks sometimes. We try to make it the first Saturday of every month, but you can like the Late Breakfast on Facebook. We post all the show details there. I don't know. I'm going to be at the next Chicago Pun Slam defending my title.
Nice.
Yeah. Against whom? Do you know yet?
No, it's like first come, first serve. So whoever shows up early gets to be on the show.
Where can we find this Pun Slam?
It's at the Double Door. It's called Pundemonium. They just started doing it a couple months ago. It's pretty fun. I think they do it like every third Tuesday of the month. But it's super fun. It's pretty cheap. So you just drink a bunch of beer and laugh at really awful puns.
Fantastic. Nice. That sounds great. Richard?
I had nothing going on the scene other than just working real hard at my job and trying to do this thing. But otherwise, other than living life, you can find me on Twitter, my fake life, at Kniazuk, at KNIAZUK, and that's where I am.
Right.
I tried to make it rhyme, but couldn't. AIM.
Will this be out before the battle at Pratt Beach, or probably after? Right.
This will probably be the week of the battle at Pratt.
Oh, you're right.
So yeah,
this Saturday.
So hey people,
1:00.
Hey people, this Saturday. Yes, when you're listening to this Saturday, June 28th. At 1 p.m., meet at Pratt Avenue. It's an easy stop off the Loyola Red Line. We're going to have a water gun war. It's capture the flag.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be great. So bring your water guns, bring your water balloons, bring your water catapults.
And your water mindsets.
And we're going to battle it out.
And Tony, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
If anybody out there wants to share stories about fucking weirdos on the CTA, you can tweet at CTA Shoutouts and give those weirdos a shout out.
Fantastic. Jason, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
It was very entertaining sitting here with you guys.
Thank you.
Let's say, hopefully next time I'll be here. Well, maybe I'll be here again one of these times and I'll have more to say. But I'll be checking in, I guess.
You got yourself a goofy tweeter?
I've never even used Twitter.
That's probably good.
For the better.
Yeah.
Twitter is a big. It can be fun, but it can be such a time waster too.
Oh, I get bored at work and tweet all the time.
I mean, I can see why it's entertaining, though, for sure.
Totally.
Tweeting's fun.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
thank all of you for being here. This has been a lot of fun. You can find me at Jesse Nicholas, JESSENICOLAUS on Twitter. And we're at machineculture.com. We have the Haymaker story builder that we're working on. If you'd like to submit a sentence for the next part of the story, or Microfiction Mondays. If you'd like to submit a 10-sentence microfiction, we update that every Monday as well. Mm-hmm. Get a hold of us at machineculture@gmail.com.
That's right.
And special thanks to Dylan Soap for being our engineer as far as sound editing.
Thank you so much.
He's making sure we don't sound as horrible as our setup makes us sound.
Yes, these aren't our real voices.
And also special thanks to Mike Megan for letting us use his song for our intro and outro. If you like what you hear, hit him up at RXM Reality on Facebook and SoundCloud. And that's been Fuzzy People. Thank you all for listening. This has been very fun. Bye.
Bye. Woo.